This is that quick vibrato. Ooh! Oh, she's taking us to church now. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Burke. I am a singer-songwriter and vocal coach, and we are about to get into this reaction. I'm so excited. Really quickly, before we do, if you are new, consider hitting the subscribe button right there. And if you want to improve your singing, if you are even a little bit interested in singing, maybe you're like me when I was first starting out, I was completely tone deaf, okay? I was making my grandmom cry, not because I was so good, because I was so bad, okay? So trust me, you're talking to somebody who used to be absolutely terrible at singing. Now I'm a professional singer, and I want to let you know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And what I really want you to try is try my free singing lesson. I want to be your vocal coach. Click the link down below. It's a free 15-minute lesson. I'm instructing it. It's going to improve your voice. Go through that. Over 10,000 people have gone through it. Almost everybody has told me they have heard an immediate improvement afterwards. You're going to record your voice before, record your voice after, and then I truly think that that is going to motivate you and get you excited and inspired that you can improve. And then you're going to want to sign up for the full program, join Singer, truly let me be your vocal coach. You will have instant access to 70 hours of the best singing training you can get your hands on. And you'll have access to my private community where you can personally ask me questions. You can send in videos of yourself singing. As soon as I hear you sing, I will know what we will need to work on. I'll be able to encourage you in the areas that you're doing so great in, and then I'll be able to guide you along your journey so that you improve so fast. You can also network with me. You can network with other singers. You have got to check this out. If you are interested in singing, or maybe you are currently a singer, you've got to get on Singer. So click the link in the description after this video, maybe right now, just whenever you get a chance, go check it out. All right, let's get into this reaction. I already know this is gonna be just spectacular. She did a great job on that low stone. That's a very low note for her range. Great job of hitting it. Very, very breathy at the beginning. I almost wish she would have vocalized it a little bit more, but I like where she's going with it. I like that she's very breathy at the beginning of the song, and then she adds that vocal compression as the song moves on. I remember what she did in the last cover that I watched of her, so I'm assuming that she's about to just go off like crazy. I'm just hoping that she still has those little vocal squeaks. Those stylistic squeaks, those are my absolute favorite. So if she does that, I might be going crazy over here. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, she had paused it at the wrong time. I was just gonna say a beautiful diminuendo where she lowered the volume before she went into that high belt, that little mixed belt that she's about to get into. Great job. She does a great job using different dynamics to truly captivate an audience. As singers out there, you need to really utilize dynamics. And when I'm talking about dynamics, I'm talking about differences in volume, differences in even tonal quality to a certain extent, differences in how much breath are you letting out, how much breath are you conserving, right? So another way of saying that would be how much adduction are you adding to your vocal cords versus abduction, letting more air flow through your vocal cords. I'm not trying to dork out on you guys. Basically what I'm trying to say is that she is doing a great job utilizing dynamics, which is so important for singers, so great job. Yes! The squeaks! I'm such a fan of those squeaks, those stylistic squeaks. Leave me a comment. What do you think? I think that this is getting into a little more subjective territory, right? It's not objective. This is a tonal quality, which in my eyes, a lot of tonal qualities in general is subjective, meaning it's not set in stone. It's not like, are you on the pitch or are you flat or sharp? This is like a personal preference kind of thing. So please leave a comment down below. I'm curious. I love that, that little vocal fry at the beginning of the phrase. Ah. Ah, I love the little slide down on the end of that, and then she let out the breath. Okay, so two things. Number one, pitch was spectacular there. Couple little like dip ups that I've heard, but like not that anybody would notice or care. Does that make sense? Like as a vocal coach, you're just so attuned to these kinds of things. Most people would never even hear this. She's amazing. A lot of her stylization comes from her breath, which I think we'll get more into as this song plays out, but that's something to keep in mind here. Yeah, beautiful dynamics there. You hear that bring it back to a breathy tone, as she did at the beginning. I thought she did a really good job there. It was very breathy on that first stone. Some people might love it a little more breathy, some people might not, okay? And that's something that I think is very, very important to remember when it comes to coaches reacting to these things, is that some things are very objective, like pitch, like agility, like were you spot on, were you not spot on? Is your technique proper? Is she utilizing proper technique? And then some things are subjective, meaning we can all have our own opinion on it, and it's not a absolute right or wrong. Yes. Ah. That's the one time I've heard her get off a little bit. She's been doing such a great job before this. And I will say that one good thing, I'm always listening to see our singers getting a little bit off from the melody to make sure that they're not using auto-tune in their post-production, because many times these sound engineers, before they post it to YouTube, they're gonna toy with it and they're gonna tune it up a little bit. So I like that they're not touching her vocals. So these are truly her vocals, which is more impressive. Because again, some artists that you'll hear live and you're like, they're spot on. Actually, they weren't spot on. They just had some post-production work happening, okay? Ooh. Yes. Ah, you hear that little grit on the beginning of the phrase there, that compression that she adds when she really goes into it. I hope that she's using her false folds for proper grit and distortion without damaging the voice, because I want to hear this beautiful voice for a long time. I'll probably get into a video more on that. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But she's just so good. She's seriously so spectacular, and I love the soulfulness. Ah. She nailed that. That was so good. That's all I'm gonna say. And bringing it back down to that breathy quality. Ah. This is that quick vibrato. Ooh! Oh, she's taking us to church now. Let's go. This is so good. I'm so captivated in by this. And this is a good lesson for singers. Morissette does such a good job of utilizing dynamics, going from breathy to a very compressed mixed voice belt, adding that compression, leaning into the sound, and then leaning off, abducting the vocal cords, letting air flow through the vocal folds. Such a good job of that. And that is so important to remember. I'm getting so passionate here, but that's so important to remember as singers, to utilize the full range, use the full spectrum of dynamics, change your tonal qualities at times. You know, change your vocal coordinations at times to allow more air to come through, to not let air escape at times. It's so important to captivate somebody like me. I mean, if you can do that, and you've got me glued on like Morissette has me right now. Ah. Yes, you better sing now. Beautiful vibrato there. Is that it? Woo! Oh, you guys, she has got me in the palm of her hand. She knows it too. She knew it on that last note where she added the grit. She knew how much of a fan I am of soulful vocals. I'm telling you, she knew this. And she knew that she had me. I mean, that was just so good. I am such a fan of soulful vocals. And so many things we could dive into on this performance. There were so many things that she was doing right. You know, in the few little pitching areas, pitchy areas where it's a little bit flat. In my eyes, I'm like, you know what? We're all human. It's all good. And at least it tells us that this is not touched. This has not been touched in post-production. They haven't added tuning to this in post-production before they upload it. So for that reason, it's almost a little bit more impressive to me, because there's some, again, singers out there who really aren't like amazing singers, and they just have great, you know, tuning engineers, auto-tune engineers who will go in and tune it on the post-production before it gets uploaded. That's okay, whatever, okay? But all I'm trying to say is that for a raw vocal, this is just so good, and it's so unique, and it's so soulful. I love it. She has such a unique tone in the squeaks. You know how much of a fan I am over these squeaks, and I told you, I warned you I was gonna freak. If she added the squeaks again, I was gonna freak, and she added the squeaks again. I'm like, oh yes, the grit that she adds. You know, I just hope that when she really pushes in on that voice, when she really has some of that grit and that distortion, that she's utilizing her false folds for some of that, when it really gets gritty, just so that she doesn't wear her voice out in the long run, or at least after a performance like that, she's doing warm down exercises that, you know, adduct the chords and that compress the chords so that they're not getting in a worn out state like they can when you just really lean into sounds and really add a lot of distortion on the sound. So anyway, she did such a good job, and then when she is in the pocket on pitch, like, she is nailing it as if it was auto-tune, which is just incredible, and those high mixed voice belts are out of this world for me, because the tonal quality that she has on these high mixed voice belts is like butter. It just captivates me in. So I'm curious, leave me a comment. I'm just fanboying over here. You're just watching me fanboy at this time, but at this point rather, but leave me a comment. Do you agree with me? And if you want to improve your singing, you've got to get on Singer. I used to not be able to sing to save my life. Now you can listen to some of my originals. I'm a professional singer. I've toured around performing for audiences from 50 people to 5,000 people. Okay, and I never would have thought I'd be able to do that if you would have asked me when I was first learning. And I want to tell you that to say that anybody can improve their voice. It just takes the right scope and sequence, the right format. And so I want you to check out Singer. Sign up for the free 15-minute lesson. Record your voice before. I'm teaching it, okay? You're going to enjoy it. Record your voice before. Go through it. Record your voice after. And compare the two. You will hear a slight improvement. It's going to get you excited. It's going to allow you to realize that you can improve your voice. And then when you're really ready to let me be your vocal coach, because I want to be your vocal coach, I want you to have the gift of singing, you can sign up for Singer. All the information is on the site down below. Make sure to check it out. Tons of love. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.
Who you are is beautiful. You've got to know you're beautiful. Just let it show. It's in your soul. You've got to know you're beautiful. Just let it show. It's in your soul. Sticks and stones can hurt, but words can cut you straight down to the core. Do they know you feel pain? Do they know they're the same? I guess they don't. You're in the atmosphere. You're